And hi, this is Beverly Fells Jones. Yes, the silver fox of consciousness. And I'm just going to take a little bit of time and wait. I've got a new piece of software here that I'm using to do this particular live with. So if you're joining me, put a note in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking to myself. But that's okay. That's cool because number one, I didn't give that much notice of going live this evening. Because I'm just learning this new piece of software. It's been a while since I went live, and when I went live, I was live on YouTube only. But tonight, with this new software, I can be live on not only YouTube, but I am live on Facebook, which is really cool. They get two social media locations at the same time. Um, but let me go back and let me do a little thing about what's going on today in the world. Today is International Women's Day, and it's designed to bring attention to the plight of women all over the world. And one of my black holes, well, my black hole currently is Twitter. And there's quite a few posts on Twitter's about International Women's Day 2022. And one of those items is quite a few quotes, and quite a few quotes. One particular quote from Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and she said it many times, and many people have quoted her. And it is, women don't need to find a voice; they have a voice. They need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. My daughter and I had a talk today. Um, and if you've listened to me for a while, you know that she lives with me. But the conversation went back to civil rights, when the civil rights movement, well, let's say that particular civil rights movement, because there have been civil rights movement for hundreds of years. But this is in the 50s and 60s, during the sit-ins, during the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and all of that was going on. And during that time in the 60s, by that time I was getting into high school, and the 50s, as a 10-year-old or 9-year-old, I did not pay any attention to it. I mean, I was, worried about school, going to church, and my parents weren't activists. And but there are a few things that I do remember, and one of those things that I remembered was when the March on Washington was happening with Martin Luther King. Well, I wanted to go. Our church was taking a bus down, and my mother said no. And it's like, "Mom, please, I want to go. I want to go." As a teenager, yeah, I wanted to go. I wanted to see the action. And she said no, because I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know if it's going to why it be peaceful, or if there's issues, and if anything happens to you, I would be fairly upset. And so during that time frame, I did things that and had opportunities. Oh, there's an Amber Alert that that and it's for a location that's not near me. Anyway, so I wasn't actively in the protests, but I did my own thing, and my own thing, and it still to this day is my thing. I get to meet people one person at a time. I've met many people, white people who have never had conversations with a black person before. They didn't, and so all they had was what they had heard. All they had was what they heard at home. All they had was what they saw on television. And so actually having a conversation and saying, I didn't know that. Well, that's not what I was told. And so one person at a time. And so that's what I encourage you to do because we are facing tons and tons of racial discrimination, LGBT, and I don't know all the letters, but you know what I mean. The gay community is facing discrimination. People who don't want to have kids are being vilified. Social media is such that people are behind themselves or behind a screen of no picture or an avatar or whatever, and they feel they can say and do whatever they want. And there's going to come a time when those who are fueling hate and violence, I know that they will get their reckoning, and hopefully it will be soon. Megan was vilified. Kamala Harris is being vilified. Serena and Venus, the Williams sisters, major, major issues. And we have to stand up. And International Women's Day is not just a day. I encourage you to use your truth each and every day and treat each and every day as International Women's Day. Again, this is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. I am an author, speaker, seminar leader, and I specialize in hypnosis and meditation and the law of attraction. And on this channel, you will find multiple playlists because I basically call it eclectic alchemy as we go forward. So today is part 4 of my series. I haven't decided how many parts there are, but today is part 4. And today I'm talking about manifesting through meditation. And if you go back on quite a few of my older podcasts, and I'll try to remember, put a link below. I've got a podcast. A lot of my podcasts are over on Spreaker as well as iTunes. Under iTunes, you can look for Commanding Your Life and Beverly Fells Jones. There's 2 because I went from Commanding Your Life to using my name for my podcasts. And there's quite a bit of information, background information, but I'm going to revisit one I did in 2016. And at that time, I was going through or highlighting a gentleman by the name of Ralph Waldo Trine. And in his book or compilation of essays, This Mystical Life of Ours, I took many of his essays and just kind of brought them up in today's world. So I'm going to quote from Ralph Waldo Trine, This Mystical Life of Ours, as I talk about being able to live the life that you want and to get yourself to be able to manifest the things you want. But you have to understand the true way of the law of attraction and how it works, and the true way of changing your mind to change your life, the way to get yourself and your subconscious mind on board with the things you desire. So, Mr. Trine says, there's a golden thread that runs through every religion in the world. There's a golden thread that runs through the lives and teachings of all the prophets, seers, sages, and saviors. And in the world's history, through the lives of all men and women of truly great and lasting power, all that they have ever done or attained to has been done in full accordance with law. What one has done, all may do. So there's a golden thread. There's this story, this theme that every religion has. In their teachings, it may be different in the wording that they use. It may appear to have different steps. I've learned many techniques. I was introduced to a technique called the one command. Then I was introduced to Jose Silva that was teaching Silva mind control back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I became an instructor for them. I learned from Abraham, Esther and Jerry Hicks. I've learned from Ralph Waldo Twine and Catherine Ponder and a whole number of other people. And they all may say things in a different way, and they may Catherine Ponder uses the scriptures to get their point across. Neville Goddard makes some use of scriptures in a different way as an allegory. But when I started looking at each one of them, they were all teaching the same thing, but in a different manner. So he goes on and he says, we both build from within and we attract from without. So we build from inside of ourselves the way we think, how we think of ourselves, how we we accept who we are and how we go about changing ourselves and and who we may be. And it's very important that we recognize who we are. So we both build from within and we attract from without. Thought is the fourth force with which we build, for thoughts are forces. Like builds like, and like attracts like. And I'm sure you've heard that saying before. In the degree that thought is spiritualized, does it become more subtle and powerful in its workings? This spiritualizing is in accordance with law and is within the power of all. Everything is first worked out in the unseen before it is manifested in the seen. And I've talked about this in the past. So as you think and you dream about what you want and you visualize that thing that you desire, you visualize it as you want it to be. Think of it as being built in the invisible world around you. Think of it being created around you. but you just can't see it yet. That job that you want, that perfect job or that perfect mate or that house or that car or that piece of land, whatever it is, those shoes, the clothes. If you're thinking in your head, women go shopping and they'll try on 50, 11 outfits and they finally hit one. Let's say the wedding gown. They may put on most of the gowns in the store, but a lot of them may look absolutely gorgeous, but it's not the right one. And when the right one is put on, it's like magic. And this is how you are visualizing what you desire in your life. Many times you may say, "Oh, I want this particular job with this particular company, and I'm going to have this corner office, and I'm going to be able to look out over whatever." And you fantasize about this thing. This spiritualizing is in accordance with the law and is within the power of all. And we go on. Everything is first worked out in the unseen before it is manifested in the seen. So you visualized it and created it in the invisible realm. It says in the idea before it is realized in the real, in the spiritual before it shows forth in the material. And he's basically saying the same thing and he's saying it again. The realm of the unseen is the realm of cause. Let me say that again. The realm of the unseen, the invisible, your thought process, your dream is the realm of cause. The realm of the seen, this world, this world that you are in right now, looking around, you, wherever you are, I'm sitting at my dining room table right now, looking at the things that I have. The realm of the seen is the realm of the effect. The things that are surrounding me is the effect of the unseen thoughts and visualizations and the desires that I had. Those are the cause. It's not the other way around. The nature of effect is always determined and conditioned by the nature of its cause. What are you thinking? How are you going? So, in the degree, and I'm still reading from Ralph, in the degree that we recognize our oneness, our connection with the infinite spirit, which is the life of all, and in the degree that we open ourselves to this divine inflow, do we come into harmony with the highest, the most powerful, the most beautiful everywhere? And here's the point. You and I have the power. The power is within us to open or close ourselves to this divine inflow exactly as we choose. This we have through the power of mind, through the operation of thought. You have the power to create the life that you desire simply by changing your mindset, by visualizing the things that you want. Before I go on, just want to invite you, if you're new to this channel, to please subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of when I decide to go live. I think I'm liking this piece of software, so I may go live again. And once I learn how to share pictures and do all that other kind of stuff, I'll do that to do. Hello, and I just noticed, hello, Arnold. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed my videos. Yes, I do not talk about the Sussexes all the time, but they are part of the things of manifesting the life that you want. Um, because they're living their life. But if they didn't think or put their minds in a right direction, then it wouldn't happen at all. So welcome. I appreciate you being here. Now, so I said we're going to manifest through meditation. Now, I have this meditation that I used to give away on my website. Right now, I'm not doing that, but you'll be able to listen to it here. And this is the Possibilities Palace meditation. So it helps you to learn how to visualize the thing that you want. So for so long, many of us have forgotten how to be a kid, how to visualize, how to do the things that think about, like we played with dolls or we played with trucks and cars and we pretended. Well, now we need to learn how to do that in order to manifest what we want. So if you're in a position that you can sit down and relax, so if you listen to the other three parts, you know that I'm going to do a meditation now. All right, so let's take a look. And it's the Possibilities Palace. And what I'm going to do is take you through a visualization. And if you haven't visualized it in a while, it may be a little hard, but just feel it. Just know that it's there, because you may have unlearned the process of pretending, but by practicing, you can relearn. When I start describing something, if it's not something you know, substitute something that is closer to what you know. When I talk about a palace, you may think of one of the big mega houses and some of the developments in the United States. You might think of, yes, Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle or the Palace of Versailles in France or the White House or any pictures of huge houses that you may have seen or you may have been in. So, this meditation is designed to have you thinking and fantasizing and dreaming in your life. I want you to find a nice, comfortable space or place to sit in an upright position. You can use the floor as long as your back is against some sturdy object, but I want you sitting and not laying down because, number one, I don't want you to fall asleep. I want you to get used to listening to active meditation while awake. This is simply a visualization that allows you to start using your imagination and to also have you start thinking about your dreams and your aspirations and the things that you would have really loved to have or do. So if you're in a comfortable place and you're relaxed, I'm going to begin this meditation. So I want you to close your eyes and be comfortable and relaxed. I want you to slowly clear your mind of most of your thoughts because we really can't get rid of them all. And I want you to anchor your feet on the floor and relax. Take a deep breath, inhaling peace and serenity. And I want you to breathe slowly. Take a deep breath in and out and in and out. And as you do that, you feel your body beginning to totally relax. I want you to allow yourself to use your imagination for this exercise. And as you listen to my voice, you begin to relax more and more. All the cares of your day are placed on a shelf during this time of relaxation. Just relax. I want you to mentally project yourself to an upscale neighborhood that you have seen. This could be a neighborhood that you've seen in person or in a magazine or on television or in a movie. You've decided to take a walk in this extremely interesting neighborhood. As you walk down one block and then another, you come across a large estate. There's an 8-foot high wall made from large stones along the sidewalk. The wall appears to be at least a half a block long. As you continue your walk, you see an enormous ornate entrance gate. As you begin to pass by the gate, a keeper gestures for you to enter and says, "Welcome." You are curious as to what is behind the gate, and you have plenty of time, so you enter. Your eyes are opened wide at the sight before you. Now, your eyes are really closed right now because you're visualizing all this. It is a tremendous manicured garden, and in the distance, there is a palace. You are in a palace garden. The sun is shining as you walk over the path. You pass extremely ornate fountains, green hedges with flowers, beautiful large trees with ivy, and you see roses. This is the most magnificent garden you have ever seen. There's a large pond. The sunlight is shimmering over the top, and there are ducks that are floating on it. You look in the pond and there are fish. And look at the large goldfish swimming in the pond. You've never seen a goldfish so large. And you notice there are all types of fish in this particular pond. As we look around this garden, it is so very rich with plants and trees and bushes, and it's so inviting. You don't mind walking in this garden. We see this large, beautiful, gorgeous stone palace at the end of the path. You're walking on the path, enjoying all the beautiful things around you. Red roses, gardenias, peonies, poppies, all kinds of flowers, all types of flowers that you actually love. Slowly and steadily, you walk up to the main entrance of this large, opulent stone palace. As you come closer, you see wide, perfectly cut stone steps that lead you to a massive oak door with an oval stained glass window inlaid. Hmm, the window is encrusted with diamonds, rubies, sapphires, pearls. Wow. This is a beautifully appointed door that almost takes your breath away. In addition, there are ornamented stained glass panels on each side of the doorway, adding to its beauty. Could there be more exquisitely designed stained glass windows anywhere else? The windows are all reflecting the sunlight, giving the illusion of a sunrise on a misty morning. As you continue to climb the stairs, you see two finely appointed guards by the doors. As you approach, they bow and open the door for you. As you enter into the large reception area, you notice beautiful fountain with a crystal chandelier hanging over it. The floor is a shimmery pale blue marble tile. Two footmen with white powdered wigs, white ruffle shirts, gold knickers, and white shoes with large golden buckles on them. How's your imagination going for you here? As you approach, they ask you to come with them. They take you to another man who is dressed as the head butler of this palace. As he sees you approaching with the two footmen, a big smile appears on his face immediately. He walks up to you. He puts out his hand and you shake it. He tells you with a huge smile still on his face, and he hands you your favorite drink. I am so glad you're here, and he calls you by name. We've been waiting for you. It's about time. We have missed you. Welcome back to the Prime Directive Club, the most exclusive club in the universe. We were wondering when our favorite manifesting member would finally come back, and here you are. We are all very pleased. Please come with me. You walk with him as you sip your favorite drink. The drink tastes too incredibly nice. You never had such a great drink any time before in your life, and it was perfect. During your walk, you pass all kinds of good-looking, important, and influential people who smile at you and nod their heads as you pass. Good to see you, and they call you by name. Glad to have you back. It makes you feel fantastic. You have a spring in your step as you walk with the butler through the reception area. Once again, you enjoy the magnificence of this space. The butler shows you to a door that will take you to another room. On the door is a sign. The sign on this room says it is exclusively reserved for. And what? Is that your name on the door? Welcome back once again, says the butler. You may recall this is your exclusive area. Everything you can ever desire or wish for is behind the door. Allow me to open it for you. As he opens that enormous door before you, there is a huge and glorious room. Again, just magnificent, beautiful items in this room. There are extremely ornate flower arrangements and plants and chandeliers that decorate this room. This being your exclusive area gives you incredibly good feelings. You see a lot of doors with signs on them. The butler tells you, open any door with the sign that has what you want to experience right now. All you have to do is open the door, walk in, and enjoy. Welcome back to the Prime Directive Club. The butler hands you a piece of fine linen paper and a well-appointed fountain pen. He asks the question, would you please just sign up here with your personal password? Your password and signature is for verification that our favorite member has come back into the club. When that is done, I'll leave you to your business. You take the fountain pen and write the following words slowly in your best handwriting. And I want you to lift your hand and pretend that you are writing this information. Are you ready? Okay. Now think about this. Take a pen, an imaginary pen, and you have a piece of paper, and I want you to write this out in your imagination. Here is what you write. I have the power to create my own universe. I can do and experience everything and anything I want. Feel yourself writing each and every word, and let me repeat the words for you. I have the power to create my own universe. I can do and experience everything and anything I want. You hand the paper and the pen back to the butler, and he smiles and tells you, "At your service." He bows and he walks out of the room to give you the privacy so you can experience whatever you wish. You prepare yourself to choose what you want to experience and walk through the corresponding door. You can choose whatever you want to experience. How does that feel? Just the thought that you can walk through the door and have whatever you desire is not is that not exhilarating and makes you feel good? Which door would you choose? I want you to do one more thing for me. I want you to visualize sitting in one of the upholstered armchairs in your room. Your eyes are still closed, but I want you to roll your eyes up as though looking out the top of your head. Do you remember when your mom would say, "Don't roll your eyes"? Well, I'm giving you permission to do so. With your eyes still closed, roll your eyes up as though you're looking out of the top of your head, and I want you to repeat after me. I command that I am a magnificent manifester. I command that I have faith in my ability to create and manifest easily and effortlessly, and it is so. I command that I have wonderful days that are joyful and magnificent. Simply imagine being peaceful and calm. Peaceful and calm like Megan under a tree. You are more than able to experience all that is in your awareness and much more that is coming to you now. Everything you can imagine is yours simply by asking. Visualize a life with happiness, fulfillment, and calmness and conscious living. And now say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to have this magnificent life. This is not something that's in the future. It is not something that is a missed opportunity. It is not something that you can't have. It is something that you can and do have. And so thank you. Say thank you. You can roll your eyes down and now relax and take a deep breath and exhale. This has been a wonderful trip to your very own manifesting mansion where you can have all your dreams come true. Visit this place whenever you're having trouble realizing a desire or even visualizing a desire or outcome to a problem. Relax and open a door to the answers that you desire. Relax. Get into that deep meditative state and ask, and it shall be given to you. You can always remain in this place. Simply, if you come back and listen to this again, simply pause this audio at this spot and then continue with your visualization. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, we'll be fully awake and feeling fine. 1, 2, feeling fine as though you had a really restful sleep. 3, silently repeat after me every day in every way. I am better and better and better. 4, waking up slowly. 5, fully awake and feeling fine and feeling better than before. Well, this is Beverly Fells Jones, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed this short visualization to help you realize that you can have whatever you want in your life. You simply have to visualize it and believe that it is yours to have. So, if you are new, please subscribe. Please share. Let other people know that this is happening and that this station exists. And I would love for you to share and to come back. Well, I already said subscribe. I'm at that point now where I'm not reading a script, and a lot of times I get tongue-tied. All right. Thank you so much. And as you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so, and I will see you in the next video.